One of the families of the South African families affected by the synagogue building collapse says yet to bury its dead since it was brought back on February 5th, 2015. The Mkhulisi family claims it has been given the wrong body to bury, despite a recent DNA retesting confirming it indeed as Patricia Mkhulisi. Our correspondent in South Africa, Pt.2, who has yet to get a response from the cabinet spokesperson, Phumla Williams, at the time of filing this report, visited the Mkhulisi family in Benoni on the outskirts of Johannesburg. She reports.
We thought that the dust had settled regarding the South African victims of the synagogue building collapse. One family is crying foul. They say that they got the wrong body to bury. We're here in Wattville, Benoni, outside Johannesburg in South Africa, to visit the Mkhulisi family whose daughter, Patricia, died in that accident. We met a heartbroken mother, nearly 80.
It's very hard, very, very hard. It's terrible.
A distraught son and a brother who has more questions than answers.
The whole family is sort of like being torn apart by this issue.
The Mkhulisi family's doubt was fueled further by a televised phone call from a local journalist claiming there was no DNA match regarding Patricia Mkhulisi. The coordinator of the DNA sample matching in Stellenbosch, Dr. Monroe Marks, wouldn't confirm this but gave an insight into the process. They worked with DNA samples, not bodies.
When that DNA profile, those results were supplied to the Nigerian government or the Nigerian chief medical examiner. They then, together with the Department of Health and the disaster relief team that was there, checked the number on the bag, and I suspect the body that was in the bag, and according to certain physical features that were present on the body, they identified that body as the missing person.
A recent second DNA test on the disputed remains has confirmed the body is indeed Patricia Mkhulisi. But despite media reports, the family is considering yet another independent test.
My sister had a gap, but the person that we saw that doesn't have a gap. But what made this thing even worse was when we wanted to see whether any birthmarks, any scars or anything of the sort. That body doesn't have a skin.
You must also remember that tons of concrete and building material was on top of these bodies, so they would have been, I suspect, compressed quite a lot, and a lot of fractures would have occurred.
While the affected family considers the next step in solving the riddle of the body, if there is indeed one, they say there are also family rituals to perform in Lagos according to Zulu culture. Nigeria's acting High Commissioner to South Africa, Lesotho and Swaziland says while no formal request has been brought to the embassy, the doors remain open to assist.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the forensic experts for reiterating that that body is that family's. At least that puts to rest their concern and contention of the body brought to them. On our own part, if they insist that it's not the body of one of their own or their loved one, they should make a formal complaint and we'll forward same to the relevant authorities back in Nigeria. I'll take it from there.
Patricia Mkhulisi's remains was supposedly among the last 11 that came back from Lagos last month. But the family's claim raises a few questions. Was there no DNA match? Or was there indeed a match with her sons, as government insists, but a body mix-up in Lagos? The planned independent test may just lay the story and indeed the body to rest. Pt.2, Channels Television News.
A protest broke out today along Ganaja Road in Lokoja, Kogi State, as scavengers and scrap buyers barricaded the road following an alleged killing of one of them by a policeman. Eyewitnesses say that the policeman from the Division C unit in Lokoja met 40-year-old Haruno at the scrap depot and demanded money. When he refused to give the money, one of the policemen shot him in the head. They also claim the policemen from the C Division are in the habit of extorting money from them on a daily basis. The Deputy Commissioner of Police in the state, Mr. Felix Yame, who spoke to us off camera, said 5 of the policemen have been arrested and will be tried, and if found guilty will be made to face the law. Meanwhile, the legal advisor to the scavengers in Kogi State, Muhammad Sani Inua, said the matter would not be swept under the carpet.
This afternoon at about 2 p.m., I was called by the chairman of the association that a member of the association has been gunned down by a police officer. So far, it has been good. The police have assured us that they are going to the matter fully. And 5 persons identified at the scene, 5 police officers identified at the scene of the event, at the scene of the crime, are already in detention according to the police authority. But on our own part, on behalf of the family and on behalf of the association, we are going to take up civil action to see that compensations are being paid to the family members of the association. Nobody, not even a police officer, has the right whatsoever to take the life of another person. He is a citizen of this country, and by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he is protected by law.
The last is yet to be heard of the Nigeria Labour Congress mass housing scheme, as a union and the developer continue to trade words over the failed project. And while the NLC accuses the developer of abandoning the projects and going into hiding, the developer, on the other hand, blames the leadership of the Labour Union for not providing the necessary funds for the execution of the project. Now, at the moment, the battle has shifted to the courts, where the developer is asking that a third party be appointed to oversee the refund of the contributions made by the subscribers. Our correspondent, Amaka Okafor, reports.
A bold signpost at the Nigerian Labour Congress Secretariat advertising the Nigerian Labour Congress mass housing scheme. However, one of those schemes has hit the rock as the Nigerian Labour Congress and the developer have been in dispute over the failed project. It's been more than 2 years subscribers of the Nigerian Labour Congress mass housing scheme paid the initial deposit for houses jointly initiated by the Nigerian Labour Congress and a private developer, Christian Lally. Even though the project has failed and subscribers are entitled to a refund, both the Nigerian Labour Congress and the developer are at war on the modalities for refund.
When I realized at the end of the day that NLC is not sincere on this issue, what they are simply interested in is to move the money from our accounts into the new platform. And I said, I cannot walk and somebody will come and take the money just like that. More so, the danger in it is, I have delivered lectures, I've met subscribers, everybody knows me in this business. Now, if I decide to allow them to move this money in bulk into another person's project, and the project happens to fail, subscribers, wherever I meet subscribers, they will point accusing fingers at me and say, we gave our money to you, you gave it to someone else, and the project has failed. I don't want to be part of that.
All that we offered to do was that we can collate such names and approach the good homes to let good homes know that these are not just new people in terms of the queue. That's all that we have not even done that. So this allegation that we want to take his project and give to another person is completely false.
The two parties are now in court.
And the court to appoint an alternative organization, a body or a person who can clarify, get from the subscribers. Every subscriber will come and clarify his position, the amount he paid, all the letters of allocations and what have you that were given to them, so that individually they will be refunded their money.
We would facilitate the process of going to courts to seek a court order that would then allow, without his signature, for the funds, the bank, to make those refunds to subscribers.
The Labour Union has asked the developer to come out of hiding so that the refund of the subscribers' deposit can be made. The developer, on his part, says the refund process will commence as soon as the Federal High Court appoints a third party to supervise the refund of the deposit to subscribers. However, none of the parties made reference to the over 200 million naira interest said to have accrued on the depositors' fund. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.
Well, the News at 10 returns in celebration of International Women's Day. Our guest in the studio, Leila St. Matthew Daniels, examines how Nigerian women can be empowered to do more. Please join us again.